course, we know it's been 1 week since people were allowed to return to the capital of Yellowknife, and most services in the city are getting back to normal, including the largest hospital in the territory. Julia Wong got a tour of Stanton Territorial to see what's open and what still has to be done.
Work continues to get the hospital in Yellowknife back up and running. More inpatient beds have opened up. The pediatric unit and the emergency room are now at 100% service. But the hospital is still working to open more beds in the medical unit, and it wants to add a 4th bed in ICU. Labor and delivery continue to be suspended, and patients who were sent south to Alberta and BC hospitals, well, they still need to be repatriated back here to Yellowknife. Staff have been working around the clock, but they say it may still take some time to be completely back up and running.
Most of our services should be back up and running within the next 7 to 10 days. Having it look like a true normal usual business is probably going to be more like another 3 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer.
It's interesting to see how this kind of lead up to ramping up our services is how, like, the halls are empty and people are not around, and so it's a little bit eerie, but quite also a lot of camaraderie between the staff and the patients that have returned in this last couple weeks.
Now, the hospital says they're almost back at regular staffing levels, and while they say morale is high, they are being mindful. They're saying that staff had to go through the evacuation process just like everyone else in Yellowknife, so they are keeping an eye on how people do and their state of mental health. Julia Wong, CBC News, Yellowknife.